Good day everyone. My topic for today is all about rice tariffication law. Republic Act number 11203, an act liberalizing the importation, exportation, and trading of rice, lifting for the purpose of quantitative import, restriction on rice, and for the other purposes. This act was signed by the former President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, on February 14, 2019. So we have here the section 1 title Republic Act number 11203, the Rice Tariffication Law. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. It is the policy of the state to ensure the food security and to make the country's agricultural sector viable, efficient, and globally competitive. The state adopts to use the tariffs and non-tariff import restriction to protect local producers of agricultural products. So as we go along sa topic naton, we may encounter some words nga unfamiliar and I provide and nag-search ko kung anong meaning sila nga mga words. So these are the meaning of some words we have here. Agricultural products refer to the commodities or goods derived from the agriculture, including the crops, livestock, and products from both. They can be raw, processed, and are marketed for human or livestock consumption. Essentially, it encompasses anything cultivated or raised on farms, from grains and vegetables to meat, dairy, and other processed foods. So, buffer stocks refers to the optimal level of the inventory that shall be maintained at any given time to be used for emergency situations and to sustain disaster relief programs of the government during the natural or man-made calamities. So rice refers to all products classified under the harmonized commodity description of the coding system. Tariff and tariff refers to the tax levied on a commodity imported from another country. It earns revenues for the government and are regarded as instruments to promote local industries by taxing their competitors. So the last one is tariffication. It refers to the lifting of all existing quantitative restrictions such as import quotas or prohibitions imposed on agricultural products and replacing these restrictions with tariffs. So Section 6, for the tariff equivalent of the quantitative import restrictions on rice, the bound rate shall be notified by the Philippines to the WTO or the World Trade Organizations as follow. So A, the first one is for the minimum access volume committed by the Philippines to WTO, the in-quota tariff rate indicated in the applicable provisions of the WTO agreement on the agriculture shall apply for the rice importers originating from the ASEAN member states that import the import duty rate under the ATIGA shall apply, and letter C, imports for the rice imports originating from a non-ASEAN WTO member states, the out quota of the tariff rate is 180% or the tariff equivalent calculated in accordance with the paragraph 10 PF Annex 5 Section 5B of the WTO Agreement on Agriculture upon the expiration of the waiver relating to the special treatment of the rice of the Philippines. Whichever is higher shall apply. The calculated tariffs equivalent shall be determined by the Tariff Commission and approved by the National Economic Development Authority or the NEDA board with 45 days upon the effective of this act. So, the summary of this is the Philippine tariff rates the rice imports following the expiration of the quantitative restrictions are as follows. The first one is WTO minimum access volume or the MAV, the in-quota tariff rate under the WTO agreement on agriculture applies. So the second one is the ASEAN imports. The rice from ASEAN member states is subject to the import duty rate under the ASEAN uh, Trade in Goods Agreement or the ATIGA. So the third one is the non-ASEAN WTO members. The out quota tariff is 180% or the WTO calculated tariff is equivalent, which is higher as per paragraph 10 of Annex 5, Section B of the WTO Agreement on Agriculture. Section 7 contains the power of the President. So, consistent with the Philippine national interest and the objective of safeguarding Filipino farmers and consumers, the President is hereby empowered to act the fully delegated authority subject to the provision of CMTA in the following circumstances. First one is the President may increase, reduce, or revise or adjust existing rates of the import duty of the bound rate committed by the Philippines under the WTO Agreement on Agriculture and under the ATIGA, including any necessary change in classification applicable to the importation of rice, provided that the power herein delegated to the President shall only be exercised when the Congress is not in session, provided provided further that any order issued by the President adjusting is applied the tariff rate shall take effect in 15 days after the publication. So the second one is the event of any imminent of or forecasted shortage or such as under situation requiring government intervention, the the President is empowered for a limited period and or specified volume to allow the importation at a lower applied tariff rate to address the situation such as the order to shall take effect immediately and can only be issued when the Congress is not in session. And letter C, in case the calculated out quota tariff rate referred to the under Section 6 of this Act exceeds 100%, the provision of the paragraph section 1608 of the CMT shall also not apply. So the Section 7 says that to protect the national interest of the Filipino farmers and consumers, the president is granted a special powers not only when Congress is not in session. So the first one is says here that the president can adjust tariff rates. So the president may increase, reduce, or revise the imports duties within WTO or the ATIGA limits, including the reclassifications. Changes take effect on 15 days after the publication. So the second one, our president can have an emergency import relief in case of shortage. Or urgent need, the president may temporarily allow the imports at lower tariffs. It is effective immediately. So number three, high tariff exemption. If the out quota tariff exceeds 100%, the usual CMTA tariff limit rules do not apply. So we have here also the section 8, maintenance of rice buffer stock. So the NFA shall, in accordance with the rules, regulations, and the procedures to be promulgated, maintain insufficient rice buffer stock to be sourced solely from the local farmers. So it says here in the section 8 that the National Food Authority takes the responsibility of maintaining the sufficient buffer stock of rice. So a buffer stock is a reserve rice kept by the government to ensure food security, stabilize supply during the emergencies or like calamities or shortage, and also help moderate price fluctuations.